The power of habit. It's kinda crazy how much I've seen this word by now. It's such a cool word for such a simple notion in a way. You might think, I finished reading it and it's about time I gave some feedback and what I learned from it, so get ready. TLDR, useful resource that I totally recommend getting under your belt. First of all, you can't call yourself a nerd or a routine junkie if you have not heard of this specific book. It's the book about forming habits and managing them. If you don't know about it, what are you doing? It's been written by Charles Duhigg.
Charles Duhigg.
Moving on. Let's get cracking. We have 3 main points to focus on to keep this video manageable. Also, disclaimer, this is my interpretation, so you better not treat it like the Bible. Number 1. Habits work in a loop of 3 steps. Let's elaborate. So according to Charles, there's the cue, the routine, and then the reward. The cue is what triggers you to do the habit. For example, if you have a caffeine addiction, for better reference, then when you smell coffee somewhere, it triggers that craving in a way, and drinking coffee is cool nowadays apparently, but that's beside the point. So, next comes the routine. The routine is basically where the action takes place, so it's the automated process of making the coffee. Nothing too woo-woo here, we're keeping it simple. And last but not least, the reward. Yeah, you probably guessed right, but it's when you do get that caffeine inside your system and the world feels so fuzzy and calm. That's the buzz it provides you with in this case. To summarize it all, you do reinforce the habit each time you react to the cue and receive the reward, and the stronger that link gets, the harder it is to change the habit naturally. Think of it as a muscle. The more you stimulate it, the stronger it gets. Number 2, you can change a habit by switching up one process. Now, pop quiz, which process is it? You can pause the video to answer. Okay, great. It's the routine. How, you may ask or wonder? Well, you'll still get triggered by whatever stimuli and you'll still be, by default, seeking the reward. What you can do instead is change the routine. Example, Rick is a smoker. Rick wants to quit but doesn't know how. Thankfully for our friend, we're here to help. What we need is to find another habit that has the same cue or cues and the same final reward. Therefore, getting rid of the old habit and replacing it with a new one. Replacing is key here. You can't just go one day and try quitting. That's violent to your system, to your brain, and you probably will unnecessarily struggle for some time. Rick should try drinking coffee because it's just scientifically proven that it gives a buzz like nicotine. At the end of the day, it's a case by case, but you get the concept. So where does willpower and discipline come into play? Well, that's exactly the 3rd point. Listen closely here. Willpower is your strongest, most valuable habit. So in order to strengthen it to possibly the highest degree, you may want to delay gratification and follow some strict rules in your life. They don't need to be military level habits, but they need to not be that pleasant at first. There is cold showers, a strict diet, sleep schedule, the list goes on and on. So, my fellow humans, just go check the book out. I totally recommend any of you to use it as a resource. Resource is key here, it's not a guide. You can question it all you want. You can have better answers, but it does deliver, and it's a positive investment of time. So as usual, leave a like if you enjoyed this, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.